ศีลห้าศีลแปดเมื่อกี้นี่หลวงพ่อใหญ่ได้ให้ทั้งสองศีลก็คือทั้งศีลห้าและศีลแปดเหมาะสำหรับผู้ที่จะประพฤติปฏิบัติว่าต้องการที่จะสมาทานศีลห้าก็รับไปปฏิบัติศีลห้าส่วนท่านที่มีความพร้อมในเรื่องของตัดขาดจากบ้านจากเรือนชั่วคราวก็ปฏิบัติตามศีลแปดที่ได้สมาทานไปแล้วก็ในช่วงเช้านี้เนื่องจากว่าทางคณะนักการทูตจากกระทรวงการต่างประเทศ State Department ของสหรัฐได้เข้ามาร่วมสังเกตการมา observe พิธีกรรมของเราอาตมาก็จะขอใช้เวลาในช่วงเช้านี้ได้พูดคุยอธิบายชี้แจงเพื่อให้เกิดความเข้าใจโดยใช้ภาษาอังกฤษและก็ในช่วงบ่ายท่านพระอาจารย์พระมหาสุรตานก็จะได้นำเข้าสู่ภาคปฏิบัติล้วนๆนะโยมไม่ต้องห่วงวันนี้ได้ปฏิบัติแน่ยืนเดินนั่งอาจจะมีนอนนะสี่อิริยาบถเพราะฉะนั้นก็ในช่วงเช้าเนื่องจากมีเวลาอันจำกัดก็จะได้อธิบายทำความเข้าใจเพื่อให้เกิดประโยชน์จากผู้ที่มาร่วมทุกท่านโดยเฉพาะเราก็ได้ประกาศออกไปเป็น International Buddhist Meditation Workshop Buddhist Meditation Retreat ก็ต้องใช้ภาษาที่จะสามารถสื่อสารเข้าใจกันได้ On behalf of Wat Lao Buddhavong and on behalf of the Council of the Thai Bhikkhus, I would like to welcome all of you again to the meditation retreat session this morning. First of all, I would like to explain a little bit about the ceremony, the first part of the ceremony, that why we have to light the candles, why we have to light the incense, and why do we have to put the flower in front of the Buddha. Buddhism teaches us about panya or wisdom. So everything have the reason and have cause and effect and refer to the philosophy in Buddhism. The candles is the symbol of light because of the Buddha himself. He get enlightenment under the Bodhi tree 2,600 years ago. So light, when we light the candles and the light is expel the darkness. So the Dhamma or the teaching of the Buddha expel the darkness in the mind. That's what we call kilesa or mental defilements. There are greed, hatred, and delusion. This is the kilesa that pollute our mind, make our mind very, it's not light, it's not bright, it's not calm, and it's not clear because of the mental defilements. So light, the symbol of the Dhamma. And the incense sticks, why we light the three incense, that is the quality of the Buddha. The Buddha has the great compassion, had a great purification, and had a great wisdom. So three main things is the quality of the Buddha. Buddha means the awakening. He awake. Before that, he was the prince Siddhartha. from the day he was born, in the full moon day, in the 6th lunar month, that was born from the womb of the Sri Mahamaya Devi, his mother, until 29 years old. And then he renounced the world, renounced princehood to become ascetic, ascetic. At that time, there's no monks or the Buddhist monk, but there's some practitioners at those times, and he happy to see the sign of peacefulness from the practice. So he renounced the world and then ordained as the ascetic. And then study and practice from different schools, from different places that they teach meditation, yoga, or whatever they train the mind in those times. But he's not satisfied of that practice. He used the time, he spent the time in the forest about 6 years. And finally he find out the way to get rid of mental defilements is meditation. So why we practice meditation? This is the reason why we practice meditation in Buddhism. You may know about the meanings of meditation, hundreds of books written about meditation, but in different way of explaining, a different way of practice, different way of explanation, and the purpose of meditation is different too. What is the meditation in Buddhism, in Theravada Buddhism? As I want to specify, because we are Theravada. As you know, there are two main schools in Buddhism. One is Theravada or Hinayana. Another is Mahayana. Theravada, we are, Buddhism started in India 2,600 years ago after Buddha get enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, and then he taught his teaching until he was 80 years old, and then he passed away. And after that, Buddhism spread to the north and to the south of India. So after Buddha passed away 200 years, there are two main ideas, and then the Sangha or the disciple of the Buddha split into two groups. One they call Mahayana, one is Theravada or Hinayana. So from that time, Buddhism spread to the south of India, to Sri Lanka, Burma, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and some in the Southeast Asia countries that we practice as Theravada. And then another group moved to the north of India, to Himalayan mountain countries, to Ladakh, to Sikkim, to Bhutan, to Tibet, Mongolia. That's the practice as a Vajrayana. But the Vajrayana is the branch of Mahayana, because of Mahayana in China, Japan, Korea. That's the first group of Mahasankhika that split from the Theravada, the original one. So Buddhism developed from there and carry tradition, teaching until now. Some they develop according to the tradition, according to the language that what they speak. In Theravada, we record the teaching of the Buddha in Pali language. As Chandaporn just mentioned, that we will have the Tipitaka chanting. What we chant in Pali language. So in Theravada country, they use the Pali language. That's the oldest language used in the Magadha state or Magathi, the people who speak Magadha or Pali that we call Magadhi language in Magadha state. And this is a very old one and record in the Tipitaka. Tipitaka means Pali canon, so contain the teaching of the Buddha, 84,000 topics contained in the Tipitaka, and divide into three that we call Tipitaka, mean three baskets. One is contain Vinaya, rule and regulation. One contain Sutra, discourse, the teaching, includes the place and the people who practice that, the Dhamma. And another is the basket contain Abhidhamma, the metaphysics, the supreme teaching in Buddhism, talking about Jit, Cetasik, Rup, Nibbana. In Abhidhamma, talking about only 4 fields of teaching. Jit means the mind, how to train the mind, how to get rid of the mental defilements. Cetasik is the object that associate with the mind, means the kilesa come through your eyes, your ear, your nose, your tongue, your body, and your mind itself to invade your mind. That's the cetas. And rup means form, because our life composed with 4 great elements: earth element, water, fire, and wind, and form the life that we call the rupa. And the last one is a nibbana. That's the extinction of suffering. Nibbana or liberation, whatever you call. That's the summum bonum, or the supreme goal in Buddhism. So everybody strives to reach the final goal is nibbana or nirvana in Sanskrit word. If in Mahayana they call nirvana, if in Pali we call nibbana, or in Thai we call nippan, in Lao also we call nippan, by nippan. What is the nippan? Nippan is the cool, calm, clear, and nothing, nothing. And extinction of suffering, because of the life full of suffering. Why in Buddhism, Buddha taught us about the dukkha or suffering? Why not teach about happiness? Why talk about dukkha? Buddha said dukkha or suffering and happiness or sukha is the same thing, like the one coin but different side, like a darkness and light. This room we have light because we turn the light on. But if at night, if we turn the light off, it's dark. So the same place, but 2 situations. So sukha and dukkha are the same thing. When it arises in your mind. It arises in your mind, sukha and dukkha, suffering and happiness in your mind alone. So Buddha teaches us one stanza, said that Mano buppang kama dhamma mano setha mano maya. This is Pali. Translated into English is, mind is forerunners of all action. Mind is chief. Mind is master. Everything depends on the mind. Mind made ade, everything depends on the mind. Mind create everything. But if the mind pollute with greed, hatred, and delusion, the mind is the unwholesome mind. And the suffering will follow the people who has the mind like that. In the opposite, mind is a foreigner of all action, mind is chief, mind is master. If mind get rid of greed, hatred, and delusion, that's the wholesome mind. So the happiness will follow that kind of people. That people will be happy all the time. That's a real happy. So Buddha knows that the cause of suffering is the tanha, the craving. Craving in rupa and nama. We cling to our rupa in our form and also cling to the nama. There are four kind of nama. The quality of mind is the sanya, perception, vedana, feeling, sankhara, mental formation, and vinyan, that's the consciousness. This is the quality of the mind. So the mind receive, remember, and active, and conscious. This is the mind. So when you hear something, when you see something, when you smell something, when you taste by your tongue, when you touch by your body, and when you think, this process kept in the mind. In the mind, because mind is a receive and then remember it. So sometimes we don't want to remember. That's a very bad thing. That's the bad thing in our life. We try to forget it, but you cannot forget it. When you sitting meditation, some kind of emotions rise up, and then you rethink again and again. Means that you repeat the suffering again and again. So mind is the foreigner of all action. Mind is the chief. Mind is master. So Buddha himself, he practiced in the forest by himself to realize the truth, realize the reality, not imagination. Our life is not imagination, it's the truth. So to practice meditation, to see your mind and see your thought. Use your body as a vehicle to reach the final goal. By train the mind, use the body to train the mind. Use your mind to take care of your body. So nama and rupa, we're talking about only two things in the field of meditation. So the meaning of meditation in Theravada Buddhism is the train of the mind, the training of the mind, because we translate from Pali, from bhavana in Pali word, is a bhavana. Bhavanas mean developed, increase, and improve. Develop what? Develop the mind, because the ordinary mind, as we are, me too, include me too. The ordinary mind is a mix with greed, hatred, and delusion. Not all the time, but sometimes. When we have consciousness, when we have sati or mindfulness, and then we get rid of, that's just a short period of time. But when we lost sati or lost mindfulness, again, greed, hatred, and delusion invade your mind again and again like this. So this is the normal mind, normal people. So the aims or the purpose of meditation to get rid of greed, hatred, and delusion. And the meanings of meditation is translated from pravana, is mean develop the mind from the normal mind to the noble mind, from the normal to the noble. How to? As I mentioned earlier, through sitting meditation, standing meditation, walking meditation, and lying meditation. We use the 4 postures of our body to train the mind. To gain what? To gain the mindfulness, we try to establish or cultivate mindfulness, because the mindfulness is a very, very useful, very important in our life, mindfulness. So you may think that, the teaching of the Buddha too much, too many topics. Because as I mentioned, in Tripitaka, there are 84,000 topics. Too much to learn, to study. But okay, in conclusion, in 84,000, Buddha showed the way, okay? Showed the way by threefold trainings, by training with the Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. In 84,000 topics, conclude to 3. Sila, what is a Sila? As the first part of the ceremony, we take 5 precepts. We take 8 precepts. This is the rule. This is the basic rule for the lay people to practice. Number 1, Panatipata Veramani, not to harm, not to kill living creatures. See? You develop metta, loving kindness in your mind. If you prevent to kill, prevent to harm, prevent to torture the living creatures, so in the opposite, you develop loving kindness in your mind. Number 2, not to take what is not given. Athina thana veramani. Not to take, to steal, to take the thing what is not given to you. This is to show respect to your neighbors, to co-workers, your friends, not to cheat, not to steal from them. Number 3, not is to take sexual misconduct, adultery, respect to your wife or your husband, truthfulness to each other. This is number 3. It's the only, what happened in our society nowadays, because the people did not practice in the Sila number 3. So make the society, problem between husband and wife, the couple, the people from the house, and then expand to the community, to the city, to the country, to the world. See? And number 4, not to speak line or false speech. This one also very sensitive when you work together, when we live together. The speech, if you speak in a different way, talk in black to white, white to black, that's cause a problem, and very easy to contact or misunderstanding, miscommunication. If miscommunication, even husband and wife, you make the problem within your family. So the basic rule number 4 is very important. And the last one, number 5, not to take intoxicants, drink and drug. This one also to destroy your brain, destroy your mindfulness. Because Buddhism promote, develop mindfulness. But if you take that kind of thing, it's destroy your body, destroy your healthy, destroy your mind healthy also. Your mind not healthy. If your mind not healthy, means your mind that's not go straight. So the main thing when we practice meditation to gain mindfulness. So basic rule, the 5 precepts. If everybody practice, you can live your worldly life happily, no problem. Anywhere you live, you can live your life very peacefully and no problem. So this is a basic rule. So Buddhism trained from Sila or morality can control only 2 ways. Can control your bodily action and verbal action. See, from number 1, not to kill, not to steal, not to sexual misconduct, and not to speak, not to take intoxicant. From number 1 to number 5, only bodily action and verbal action. So the different state of teaching is meditation. Sila, Samadhi, number 2 is the Samadhi, is meditation. To train the mind, to develop the mind from the normal mind to the noble mind. This is number 2. And number 3 is Panya. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. When you train the mind, when your mind gets rid of mental defilements, and then you can reach to the wisdom. The state of wisdom, there are 3 levels in Buddhism. Wisdom, Panya, that we call Panya, Sila, Samadhi, Panya. The last one, Panya. Panya, the wisdom, can gain by Sutta Maya Panya. One thing, the first stage, Sutta Maya Panya. Wisdom arises from your study, from your listening. As you learn from me today, you can gain the Sutta Maya Panya. Panya arises from listening. And number 2, Cinta Maya Panya. The wisdom arises from the realization. After listening from my talk today, you have to think and realize first. It's true or not true? You have to realize first. Don't believe me, but you have to rethink about it. Number 2, that's a state 2, is the Cinta Maya Panya. The wisdom arises from the realization. The last one, Bhavana Maya Panya. This is a very important. Panya เกิดจากการปฏิบัติ The last one. Wisdom arises from practice. This is the point. Why we come to practice meditation? Because to gain mindfulness and reach the Bhavana Maya Panya. You can read the book. You can listen from the teacher, from the instructor, many resources that you can learn about meditation. But if you not sit by yourself, practice by yourself, you cannot reach to the real meditation in Buddhism. You cannot. You just learn from the text. You just get the Sutta Maya Panya, but not gain the Bhavana Maya Panya. Sitting meditation and touch to the happiness, the real happiness, I mean the happiness from the pure mind. The pure mind, the calm mind, the clear mind, no one cannot do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Suppose you're hungry, you have to eat by yourself and then fill your stomach. Nobody can do it for you. So the same thing, meditation, you have to immerse yourself to the practice. A lot of the Dhamma master or meditation master in Thailand, they spent more than 20 years, 30 years in the forest to train the mind, to train themselves. And then they gain the higher spirituality, spiritual development, many states, as in the Buddhism, in the text, talking about the level of the noble people, noble monks, from the Soda Patimak, the Sodaban, Sikita Kami, Anakami, and Arahant. Is a four state of noble monks or noble one. So in Buddhism, the aim of meditation to clean the mind, to clear the mind, to get rid of greed, hatred, and delusion. When you sit, you can experience new things. Everybody, especially Thai people, they are very expert, some people. They practice for a long time. As the venerable also, the monks, they practice as a daily life. But in each moment, the new thing arises in that kind of practice. So I sometimes, as the kindergarten student for the meditation, have to learn again and again and listen to the teacher, instructor that he gave the teaching. Each time is different. So I would like to share with you today about the Buddhist philosophy and Buddhist practice. At least you have chance to practice together. The good thing that we have opportunity to sit together, that they call is support to each other, to support the sitting, walking, and standing. So now I think the time to try to sit, at least to taste the meditation, how it is. Okay? Okay, right now, everybody sit, cross your leg, sit comfortable. Some American friends, maybe you're not used to sit on the floor, right? It's quite difficult. But okay, anyway, as the training process, we try to overcome the painful numbness and something that uncomfortable in your legs, in your knees, your back, or anywhere. But these are the parts of the training, okay? Sit cross your legs, put your hands over your lap, or even put it over your knees, whatever. But, okay, I request you to sit straight back. Okay, sit straight back, relax. Because why? You sit straight back to open your lung. This is very useful to open your lungs. When you breathe, because we will use breathing exercise, okay, anapanasati in Pali word. When you're breathing in, when you sit comfortable and then close your eyes, okay, close your eye gently, softly. Don't press your eyelids together, just close or half closed. Close your eyes. And then we will use only the mind to focus your mind to different parts of your body. First, you breathing in, but don't force your breath, okay? Just breathe in long until your chest move up and your stomach rising. And then automatically when you're breathing in, and then you have to breathing out automatically. But try to observe by focus your mind through your nostril, because this is the first point, that you air passing in when you're breathing in. The cool air touching your nostril when you breathe in, and then when you breathe out, the warm air passing out through your nostril. So if you not pay close attention to that point, you will not observe it, you will not feel it. As we breathing in daily life in the normal situation, because of we not pay attention to that point. But now you have to pay attention, focus your mind on that spot. Okay? Breathing in deeply and breathing out long. And observe the moving of your body when you breathe in. You can feel your chest move up and your stomach rising. Your abdominal area will arise, and when you breathe out, your abdominal area will falling down. So by this way, you just observe breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Try to forget all kind of things. Don't worry about the future, it's not come yet. Don't cling to the past, it's already gone, already done. So be in the present moment, here and now. You just focus your mind on the breathing in and out. And the main thing is relax. Relax your mind, relax your body. Just take it easy. You be with yourself here and now. Don't worry about your friends, your colleagues, your family's members. Don't worry about that. You are what you think you are. You are in your position here and now, and experience the calmness, coolness, and light inside.
Samyak sambuddhebhyo namo arya avalokite shvaraya.